Giants fans, we have some breaking news to get to, and we'll do that in just a second, but this is why you subscribe. So go down and hit that big red button, because when the Giants make a move, we make a video. When injury news comes out, we get you guys a video. We go live every single Wednesday, and we go live for every single game day. So if you love the Giants and you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube, hit that big red button and help us get to 19,000 subscribers. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. And alert! The Giants have signed an Xavier McKinney replacement, as McKinney is going to miss the next 4 games due to the ATV guided tour accident in Cabo. I still can't get over that. But the Giants, they did sign a safety, even though every single one of you always tell me, but Marshy, they have no money. Thing is, you can always do something with the salary cap. The Giants have signed Terrell Burgess in NFL free agency. He is going to go to the Giants practice squad to start, but I wouldn't be surprised, maybe not this week against the Houston Texans, but it'll be next week against the Detroit Lions that he is a game day call-up. He is a former third-round pick back in the 2020 NFL draft at Utah. We'll show you his college stats here in a little bit. He's played in 30 games in his NFL career, all with the Los Angeles Rams. He has started 3 of those games throughout his NFL career so far, and he has played in 7 games this year, but only 20% of the snaps came on defense. So he hasn't played all too much this year. He also has played about 50% of the snaps in the special teams department. So I expect him to play a little bit on defense for the Giants and a little bit on special teams. Through the first 30 games of his career, the stats are somewhat underwhelming. This is why he was recently released by the LA Rams. There was rumors that they were shopping him at the NFL trade deadline. A trade did not go down, so his contract was terminated and he was cut by the LA Rams. He has 29 tackles and 1 pass breakup through the first 30 contests. But go back to his senior year at Utah. There was a reason this guy was selected in the 3rd round of the NFL draft. He had 81 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, 1 INT, and he has, or I don't want to say he has half a sack. He had half a sack in his senior year at Utah. Oh, God, this is unfiltered, but here we go. Terrell Burgess is a guy that's going to play a little bit of strong safety, can come into the box a little bit, play a little bit of that nickel corner. He's a guy that can kind of do it all in the backfield. You know, hasn't gotten to show his full talent in the NFL, but I think if you go back and watch the tape of him at Utah, you saw the type of dynamic player he could be. And with Wink Martindale being such a great defensive coordinator, I find it hard to think that he won't be able to find a spot to put Burgess at and for him to excel. I think he'll be a good player for the Giants. May not be for a couple of weeks, but I do expect him to play and make somewhat of an impact. The guy has talent, no doubt about it. But let's go back to Xavier McKinney. What is your concern level for the defense without Xavier McKinney? He's going to miss the next 4 games. What's your concern level? Giants have some tough games coming up, 2 easy ones, then 2 tough ones, but I want to hear from you. The concern level for the defense with Xavier McKinney out. Scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being you're not concerned at all, 10 being you're extremely concerned. I want to hear from you. The real ones. Sound off in the comments section right now. I also want to tell you guys about our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS, the best sportsbook in the game, and they're hooking you guys up with an awesome deposit bonus, 125% to be exact. All you got to do, go to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code CHAT125. When you put $100 into your account, they will literally give you a free $125. So you'll have $225 to bet on. I just placed a bet on OBJ signing with the Giants. If it hits, I'm going to be absolutely rich, and I may be able to super chat you guys. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Make sure you use that promo code CHAT125. This is a depth piece. Terrell Burgess is going to be a depth piece for the New York Football Giants. With McKinney out, the Giants' safety depth chart is somewhat thin right now. You got Julian Love, who's going to take over as that defensive play caller. He's going to be wearing that green dot on the helmet. We'll show you some Julian Love stats here in a little bit. Xavier McKinney going to miss at minimum the next 4 games. He was asked if he's going to be able to return this season, and he said he has no timetable on his return. If he's out for the rest of the year, that's going to suck. Dane Belton, expect for him to become the starting free safety and for him to get a lot of the reps that McKinney had. Jason Pinnock is a guy that's been injury-riddled since he signed with the Giants coming over from the New York Jets this past offseason. Expect to see Pinnock a little bit more. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be this week against the against the Houston Texans that we see Terrell Burgess, but I do expect him to be a game day call-up against the Detroit Lions. To be completely honest with you guys, I'm still upset about the Xavier McKinney stuff. The more that I think about it, the more that I let it sit, usually your emotions kind of get over it and you start to look at it with a more clear-eye view. The longer I wait, the more upset I get. This guy's a captain. You're not supposed to do what he did. You're supposed to put your team and your teammates first. And I thought what he did, even if he wouldn't have got healthy, it's still a mistake. That's what I will call it. A mistake. I still love Xavier McKinney. He's a great player. I want him to be a New York Giant for a long time, and because he's a damn good football player. 38 tackles, 2 tackles for loss this year, a sack, 4 pass breakups. This dude is legit. He's a do-it-all safety. He could play the center field single high safety. He could be that strong safety. He could play a little bit of nickel corner. He could be an edge rusher off the edge. This is a dude that can do it all, and it is going to be a big loss for the Giants over the next 4 weeks. You're not just going to not realize, or you're not just going to go out there and be the same defense without him. It's hard to do that when he might be the best player on this defense. I'm upset. I'm tired of the off-the-field injuries. First it was First it was Plaxico Burress shooting himself in an NYC strip club. Then it was Jason Pierre-Paul blowing his fingers into smithereens. And now it's Xavier McKinney. His fingers are broken and he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks in the middle of a playoff run and in the middle of the best Giants regular season since 2009. It's irresponsible. It's upsetting. I know a lot of people are upset, and I've tried to be cool, calm, and collective about it. But I'm upset. I really, really am. I don't want to place too much blame because he's a kid. I get that. They go out on vacation. The guys are rich. They want to go see Cabo, a guided sightseeing tour on an ATV. Yeah, that ain't no guided sightseeing tour. If it was guided, you would have had a seatbelt on, and you wouldn't fell out and had your fingers crumbled by the dirt of Cabo. It's upsetting. Hopefully he can come back and be the same player this year. But what does it mean now? Next man up. That guy is Julian Love. Julian Love has to step up, and he's been damn good this year. We'll show the stats in a second. But Joe Shane talked about he had some guys lined up that he wanted to extend going into the bye week. It didn't happen, but Julian Love was one of those guys because he's a captain. He's the guy that you can count on. He's dependable. Like Xavier McKinney, he can do it all. Free safety, strong safety, nickel corner. He can get in the box and play a little bit of dime linebacker, and he can play a little bit of corner on the outside. When you look at what he's done so far this year, he's made some big-time plays. Go back to the Baltimore Ravens game. He pretty much had the game-winning interception off Lamar Jackson. He's forced to fumble. He has 2 pass breakups, has 37 tackles. Julian Love, I have no doubt about it, is going to be able to earn a little bit more on his next paycheck due to these next 4 games. You're still going to miss Xavier McKinney, though. No doubt about it. I love Julian Love. He is a team-first guy. He's someone that I want to be a New York Giant for a long, long time. Once a Giant, only a Giant. Once a Giant, always a Giant, only a Giant. Shout out to Eli Manning. That's what I want to see from Julian Love. I'm excited to see what he looks like and even a bigger role this weekend, this Sunday against the Houston Texans. Let's show our guy some love. Show Julian some love. We need him to play big, and we need to rally around him as Giants fans because he's going to have a big workload this week, bigger than he's ever had in his NFL career. So type his jersey number 20 in the comment section if you want to see a big game this Sunday from Julian Love. Type 20. Make sure to give me a follow over on Twitter as well, at @MarshallGreen_. Give me a follow. Send me a DM saying Burgess, Terrell Burgess, the guy we just signed, Terrell Burgess, the former 3rd-round pick out of Utah in 2020. Cut by the Rams last week, signed by the Giants today. Give me a follow on Twitter, DM me Burgess, and I'll give you a follow back. And as always, if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment real one down in the comment section.